What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to week 10 of fantasy football waiver wire pickups here with NSP. I am your host, AJ. Again, I do want to start off by saying if you have any questions, we do answer fantasy football questions. So please leave it down in the comment section below or join our Discord. The link is in the bio. We got tons of people out there to answer some questions. But we're here to talk about the waiver wires. There's a few players out there that, could help you out these upcoming weeks. And possibly could help you out big time if you had Jaden Daniels as a starting quarterback. Yeah, Jaden Daniels, he goes down with a gruesome injury. So hopefully he's okay. Obviously he's not, right? But hopefully he has a speedy recovery and gets back here soon. But we got a couple of guys in the waiver wire that could possibly take his place. They're doing pretty damn good, if I say so myself. Of course, we're going to start off by listing the most important fantasy football waiver wire pickups down to the least, and then we're going to end off with defense. Who to stream on that. So stick with us, stay around. Also, we will be live tonight here on YouTube as well as TikTok talking about fantasy football. So hopefully we catch you guys there. So number one, we're going to talk about Sam Darnold. Yeah, I know. I get it. He's in here. He may not be available for you, but he is 62% owned. Usually my cutoff is at that 60 range, but he's only 2% up. So I might as well talk about this guy. In the past 4 weeks, he's been a top 10 fantasy football quarterback. I mean, not 4 weeks, six. In the past 6 games, he's been a top 10 fantasy football quarterback. He's out there, he's available, especially if Jaden Daniels. Go pick him up. He will help you out big time. After Sam Darnold, I feel like we talked about Sam Darnold a majority of the season, but after Sam Darnold, we're going to talk about another quarterback, Joe Flacco. He's owning 53% of leagues, so a little bit of a better chance to find him on the waiver wire. But the past 3 weeks, he's been a top 7 quarterback. Yeah, so he's also doing pretty well. He's tossing the rock around. He has stud wide receivers out there, so it's a pretty good situation for him where you know that these guys are going to be trailing majority of the games or need to play catch up, and they have no defense, so they're going to be airing out the ball left and right. I like Joe Flacco again, especially if you have a quarterback who is injured. So Joe Flacco, great pickup, owning 53% of leagues. Moving on, we're going to talk about wide receiver Parker Washington from the Jacksonville Jaguars. 27% owned in leagues, so he's out there, he's available. And the reason why we're talking about Washington is because Travis Hunter, he's going to be out for a bit. You got Brian Thomas Jr., who keeps getting banged up, who even left last game. So he could be possibly a wide receiver 1 for Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Could be a flexible spot depending on what type of league you're in, especially those deep leagues. This guy could be a great candidate for you. Talking about deep leagues and people who had good games was Colston Loveland, tight end from the Bears. He is 27% owned as well, and his role in the passing game has just been growing and growing and growing. And I get it, right? Cole Kmet is out, but they are going up against the Giants next week, so he will have a good matchup, and you should be able to start him if Kmet misses once again. And this is a guy I did not expect to be talking about today, but I would be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't mention him. We're talking, of course, about Trey Benson. He is owned in 63% of leagues. Don't come at me and be like, oh, this guy's a joke. He's talking about people who are out now. He's owned in 63% of leagues. So you have a chance. There's a shot. So right now, is not really clear of when he'll be back or even when he comes back, if he's going to have that running back 1 role anymore, because Bam Knight has been taking up the majority of the spot. The whole thing's going on with Carter, but Trey Benson, he's available in some leagues. I don't know how, but if you have a spot to stash somebody, he is well worth a stash, because if he comes back and he is the running back 1, then this is a guy to roster and start pretty much every single week. After Trey Benson, continue on with some injuries here. We had to say goodbye to Tucker Kraft. I know Reed's not super excited about that, and it's probably hurt, but he was killing it in the fantasy football game. So we're going to see if we could pick up Luke Musgrave, tight end, Green Bay Packers. He is 0% fantasy football owned. He's for sure available. And the way tight ends are going this year, you're going to need to take a chance on someone, right? So Luke Musgrave, I know it's a long shot, but he could be the guy, because this offense depends heavily on the tight end role. It's a big role in that offense. So you got to fill in that spot. And this is going to be Luke Musgrave. So I think he's going to be a good player to roster. Lastly, we're going to talk about Devin Singletary. He is 28% owned. Yes, we all thought Tyrone Tracy Jr. was going to be the starting back. Even myself, I picked him up on every single league. I even threw a trade out there for him, which I got, which wasn't really the case, right? He was splitting the backfield. It looked like it favored more Singletary. He had more rushers, while Tracy had more targets. It was just a bad game. They were going up against the San Francisco 49ers, and not just because I'm a fan, but the Niners defense played very well that game. They made it very difficult to get anything going on the ground. So I don't want to say, oh, pick up Devin Singletary. You could drop Tracy because we still don't know what this running back room is going to look like. Are they going to continue to split? Are they trying both these guys out to see who's going to take that lead role? We're not too sure. But if you have an extra spot, he is worth a roster spot just in case he does see the majority of the snaps going forward. But this could very much well be a running back by committee, which is not exciting, and you won't be able to start any of those players. So that's it for our skills players. We're going to talk about defense and who you can stream this week to get you the most possible points this upcoming matchup. Number one, we're going to talk about the Raiders going up against the Broncos. You want to roster the Broncos there. The Raiders still have not figured it out. The Broncos have a pretty good defense, so I'm pretty confident there. Up next, we got the Bills going up against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are just a dumpster fire right now. So you got to roster the Bills defense against this weak, out of control offense. I just don't know. I don't know about the Dolphins. People are getting fired next week. And then we got the Cardinals visiting the Seahawks. We're going to have to go with the Seahawks here. They have a very good defense, and they've been playing exceptionally well, especially in a fantasy football aspect. These guys have been putting up points left and right. I think they may have two bad games as a defense or underneath 10 points. But going up against the Cardinals, I have no faith in the Cardinals. And this is a divisional game. I think the Seahawks will be able to bring the smackdown to them. After the Seahawks, our last team are the Detroit Lions going up against the Commanders for obvious reasons. The Commanders will not have their quarterback. The Lions are ranked third in fantasy football for their defense. So I think this is pretty much a no-brainer where you want to go roster the Detroit Lions defense, stream them this week. They should be able to bring you out a lot of points. And that's all we got for y'all today. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't yet. And remember, we will be going live tonight here on YouTube as well as TikTok at 7 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully, we see you guys on the live stream tonight.